I thank you so much, Her Excellency, the Vice President, the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, all the Vice Chairpersons of the NRM, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, the Secretary General of the NRM, members of SEC, members of NEC, and members of the National Conference. First of all, I thank you for again putting trust in me to be your chairman of the NRM for the period 2026, 2025, 2031. Thank you so much. I also thank you very much for electing me as your flag bearer for the presidential contest. For the presidential contest for the position of President of Uganda for 2026-2031. I congratulate the Honorable Alhaji Moses Chigongo for being elected by you unopposed. Thank you so much. Honorable Moses Chigongo is a senior cadre of the NRM, has worked for the NRM for a very long time, since 1980. Now, for these conferences, I have written a speech in a booklet form, which they are going to distribute to you now, of 36 pages. If I try to read it verbatim, you may die here, because it is long. Therefore, I will pick highlights from this booklet here. When I am talking about Uganda, I normally cover more than 1,000 years of this part of the world. Some people make a mistake and talk about Africa as if it did not exist until the Europeans came here to colonize our ancestors. We were here long, long ago. We have been here for 4.5 million years. But I normally speak about the last 1,000 years. However, in this booklet, I start the story at independence, 1962. When Uganda got independence, after the British had been here for 68 years. At that time, our society here had been partially annexed to the British colonial system in a small way. And we are known as an economy of the 3 C's and the 3 T's. The 3 C's were cotton, coffee, and copper. And the 3 T's were tobacco, tea, and tourism. With these 6, you had a small enclave economy of money surrounded by a sea of backwardness, of economy with no money. Now, by 1962, this small island economy, this word enclave economy, is what we are using in the 1960s to describe these colonial economies. Now, this enclave economy, by 1961, was covering only 9% of the homesteads, the ones making some money. 91% were people who were okora ekida kyonka, working only for the stomach. In Luo, they say, teach me each keken. In our other dialects, I may mix it up, but working only for the stomach. And that's where poverty was. Now, in 1971, when Amin came into government, because he didn't know what he was doing, he collapsed the small island of the 3 C's and 3 T's. By the time we got rid of him, 1979, cotton had collapsed, copper had collapsed, tea had collapsed, and so had tourism. It was only tobacco and coffee that were still limping on. That's why the situation of the people was very bad. There were shortages of everything. No soap, no salt, no sugar, no sodas, no beers. Our beer drinkers were drinking beer from Burundi called Primus, and some beer from Congo. There was no beer here. Therefore, what is in this booklet is what the NRM has achieved. When we came in, we knew exactly what to do. And that's why the economy of Uganda has recovered. And as I speak today, we have gone through 5 phases. Phase number 1 was minimum economic recovery, where we brought back some of the seeds, we brought back cotton, we brought back coffee was there, we brought back tourism, and we brought back tea. Some of the seeds and the teas came back. But we also defeated magendo, smuggling, Chibanda, foreign currency black market, Oksamura, speculation. And we called that the phase of minimum economic recovery. Then phase 2 has been the expansion of the small island. Produce more coffee, produce more tea, more tourism. Copper, we are now bringing it back, and we are going to produce it in a better way. That was the second phase, expansion. Third phase is diversification. In the colonial times, there was incredible blindness or carelessness. We used to be told that cash crops were only coffee, cotton, tea, and cocoa in West Africa. Then we would say, how about bananas? How about maize? How about milk? How about beef? How about cassava? How about fruits? Why are they not cash? And we'll be told, no, those are not cash crops or cash products. They are only for eating at home. But of course, we didn't believe this. You can imagine me from Ntungamo. I used to see in the shops tinned milk from New Zealand being sold in the shops in Ntungamo. And yet I was a milk producer just 2 miles away from the trading center. But my milk, my father's milk, was not being sold in the trading centers. So when we came, we diversified the economy. We said everything that is needed nationally, regionally, internationally is a cash product, provided it is profitable. That's how we have made maize a very big cash crop. Sugarcane is a big cash product. Cassava is becoming a very big cash product. Milk, beef, bananas, fruits, vegetables, all those are cash products. So therefore, the third phase is diversification. The fourth phase is value addition. Because one big loss was to sell raw materials. This shirt I'm putting on, and what one of the shirts you are putting on, are from Ugandan cotton. Certainly mine is. It is produced by fine spinners. When you sell unprocessed, semi-processed cotton, you may get $1 per kilo. But if you convert that kilo into shirts, first of all, 1 kilo will give you 4 shirts. And the total value will be about $15. So when you sell lint cotton, you get only $1, but when you process it to where I am now with the shirt, you get $15. A difference of $14. But also the jobs which are created. The spinning job, the weaving job, the printing job, the tailoring job, all those are lost if you sell raw material cotton. So that is the fourth phase. I don't know whether they can show you some of the factories of value addition, like the one of fine spinners, the ones making textiles or nightie. Show them to us if you have them on the screen. can see, freeze it there, freeze it there. You can see those factories, they are making cloth. I think those are making jeans, which used to be imported from outside. They are now made here. You can see. This is phase 4, value addition. You can show the shoe factories, if you have them, or the ones done by our youth in the skilling hubs. All those, freeze those shoes. All those are products which we used to import from outside. And yet they are from our raw materials. You can imagine the cattle keepers and goat herders who have got a lot of leather, who are importing shoes from outside, importing furniture from outside, importing those metallic doors from outside. You can see not only the big factories, but even our small young people are doing them now. So that is phase 4 in our recovery and transformation. Phase 5 is the knowledge economy, the economy of the brain and the skills of the hand. And the best example are the vehicles which your people are now making here. The Kira electric vehicles which are being made by your people. Let them show them to you. Those buses and the other vehicles are being fabricated by your own people here in Uganda. Now, these are the 5 phases. We have either covered or entered. Now, because of this, the economy has grown in size from $3.9 billion to about $66 billion now by the foreign exchange method. By the PPP method, purchasing power parity method, 188 billion. If you take the exchange rate methods, the economy has expanded 17 times. This is where we are. That's why now we are saying now we need to enter a new phase. And this is what the main point in this booklet. It says time for the qualitative leap forward. want the economy to change completely, to become from 66 billion to 500 billion in the next few years. We are now a lower middle income country. We are targeting becoming a high middle income country of $500 billion in the next few years. And why do we say this? We say this because much of the 66 billion is raw materials. If we add value to even what we have now, we are going to hit that mark. Because take all our 10 million tons of bananas, they are mainly raw material. Much of the maize is still raw material. The cassava, all those products are mainly being used as raw materials. So therefore, the next phase which you are now supported us to push forward is to make this jump from lower middle income to upper middle income, to move towards becoming a modern society. A modern society means that you depend more on the products of the brain and the skills of the hand rather than the muscles. Instead of using hose, we should shift to using tractors. Instead of our daughters going to the well to collect water, the water should be brought by the pipes, not our girls to be the pipes. Instead of our girls blowing okutura, firewood in the fire, we need to use electricity, and so on, become a modern society. But in order to do that, we need to understand 7 words, which normally confuse people. Word number 1, peace. Edembe, obusinge, kuch. This is very important. And we should not allow anybody to disturb our peace. If you see anybody disturbing our peace, please tell him clearly, don't disturb our peace. Even in these elections, which we are having, don't allow people who create friction by doing wrong things. Tell them openly, don't disturb us. We want peace. And peace is based on amazima, on the truth. Ada. NRM has been able to keep peace here for the last 40 years. This may be the first time in the last 600 years when we have had peace in this area continuously for so long. Otherwise, in the pre-colonial times, there was always wars among the tribes, except in the time of the Batwezi, 900 AD to 1400. That's when we had some peace in the whole area. Otherwise, during the time of the kings, we had wars, and during even the time of the British, the area was never pacified. So we have been able to bring peace because of our politics of unity. I am glad your dance group here was able to show that. We don't believe in the politics of identity, we believe in the politics of interest. So that is the one word I want you to have in your mind. Peace. Second word is development. Development means mainly enkulakulana, entunguka, Donglobo, Apol in the different languages, meaning infrastructure and other common things, other enablers. You can see some of the roads, they can show them there, which have been built from east to west, south to north. And we are going to continue. And even repairing the roads which have started going bad. Show us some of those roads, the new ones. You can see those roads. And we are now working on the railway, electricity, and so on. Now, but the big mistake, which you people need to be careful about, is that you spend most of the time talking about those roads and so on. Yes, those roads are very important. A tarmac road is good. A hospital is good. A school is good. It serves all of us. But at night, you don't sleep on the road. You don't sleep in the hospital.